What's up, guys? It's HammerDown48 coming at you today. The season is finally over, and I'm going to do a little recap of the Detroit Lions season. We're going to go through a lot of stuff, players, stats, what I think about the Detroit Lions this year, what kind of grade I'm going to give the Detroit Lions this year. And there's a lot of stuff, a lot of categories we're going to talk about. I got them pulled up here, and we're going to talk about them. So, before we get into it, the biggest news of this week is finally, Jim Bob Cooter is gone. Biggest news of this week, Jim Bob Cooter has been let go from the Detroit Lions. And I tell you what, that's a big step. That's a big step, guys. I'm not going to really talk about it because this is my little recap of the season. But I want to talk about it a little bit. That's a big step. That's a really big step. I know a lot of people were not a huge fan of Jim Bob Cooter. I was not a big fan of Jim Bob Cooter. And I'm going to throw some examples out. Playbook was shitty. Same plays every week. And then you start pulling trick plays out of your ass and on the last week of the season when nothing matters. So, not a big fan of this guy. I'm glad you're out of here. Hopefully you can find a better offense coach in the weeks and months coming forward. So let's jump into this. Detroit Lions, another disappointing season. I guess you would say same old Lions, right? Finished 6-10 in the NFC North Division. Finished 4th in the division. And I think we were like one game from the Packers. From 3rd place. So, we swept the Packers. The Bears swept the Bears swept the Lions. And I believe the Vikings swept the Lions too. So, we only swept one team out of this division this year. When last year, we were one game away from sweeping the division. And we go into 2018 with sweeping one team. So, just a little facts there for you guys. So let's jump into this real quick. You know, a lot of people were hating Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford's career of 2018, or his stats, I should say, came out to 3,777 yards. He played all 16 games with 367 completions, and his completions is 66.1%. He had 3,777 yards. His average, which was very, very low, was a 6.8 average per snap. His longest was 67 yards. Only 21 touchdowns this year. Only 21 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. That's not good for Stafford. That's unusual. Stafford is usually putting up at least 30 touchdowns. Matthew Stafford is a double-digit interception person, but in the recent years, man, he's been putting 30 touchdowns up, 40. He's in that 30 range. If he's not in that 30 range, he should be close to that 30, and he's 9 touchdowns off of that. And 40 sacks. I mean, guys, when you guys watch this season, how many times did Matthew Stafford get sacked? A lot. And we're gonna be talking about that. 40 times, man. 40 times. With a QBR rating of a 50.9%. Not good. Not good at all. Let's move on. Another guy I like to talk about is Kerryon Johnson. Okay. This guy would have had a breakout year. If he didn't get hurt. He came up, and still, with him getting hurt, he still has the most yards of rushing at 641 yards. 641 yards. He only played 10 games. He had 118 attempts. And still finished at 641 yards. His longest rushing was 71 yards. He only had 3 touchdowns, 1 fumble. So, like I said, if he didn't get hurt, man, he would have had a breakout year. But he ended up still getting 641 yards. LeGarrette Blount had 418 yards with 154 attempts. Like I said, I'm not a Blount. I wouldn't say I don't like Blount. I think Blount's a really good running back. But like I said, look up my videos from the past. LeGarrette Blount is a 3rd down back or 4th down back. This guy will bust through holes, bust through anything to get that 1st down. Kerryon Johnson's a starting role. Another guy I want to talk about is Zach Zenner. Okay. Since Kerryon Johnson was out for the past, 6 games, 7, 8 games, whatever it was, Zach Zenner stepped up to the plate, and give him props. My opinion, give him props to Zach Zenner and give props to Matt Patricia to let Zach Zenner show this team that he's got potential for a running back spot. My opinion, Theo Riddick, get the hell out of here. Move Zach Zenner up there. The 3 backs. This is my opinion. This is the 3 backs that need to be. Kerryon Johnson, starting running back. Number 2, LeGarrette Blount. And then 3, Zach Zenner. And there might be a little talk there of maybe Zach Zenner might be a little bit higher than LeGarrette Blount. I like Zach Zenner. I love what he did when Kerryon Johnson was out. He showed a lot of potential. And Zach Zenner didn't really play much before Kerryon Johnson. So when Zach Zenner jumped in here for the last, looks like 8 games. It says 8 games on here he played with 265 yards with combined 8 games, and 3 touchdowns. So he's almost got half of those touchdowns in 8 games. So I got a lot of potential for this kid. I think he could be great. But Theo Riddick, I'm not a big Theo Riddick guy. Zach Zenner is starting to get me a checkpoint on his name because if you give him opportunities like he's been having, he's going to have a big day. Back to the other offense side here, receiving. Man, props to Kenny Golladay. Kenny Golladay stepped up just like Zach Zenner stepped up. Another key thing that happened to the Detroit Lions, injuries. Sorry, injuries. It killed us. It killed us big time. Golden Tate gets the trade. He goes to Philly. Marvin Jones gets hurt. And who does it leave it to? Kenny Golladay. Kenny Golladay had 70 receptions this year for over 1,000 yards. 1,063 yards. 5 touchdowns. His longest was a 60-yard pass. I don't know if that was a touchdown or not. But his average yards per snap were about 15.2. 15.2. He played 15 games. I'm not going to talk much about Golden Tate. He's out in Philly. Marvin Jones. Marvin Jones had a great year. If he would have another breakout year with Kenny Golladay if he didn't get hurt. I'm gonna go through his stats real quick. He only played 9 games, 508 yards with 5 touchdowns. So another guy I want to talk about is Tololo. I can't say his last name. Tolulu. I can't remember. He's a tight end. He stepped up to the plate. He stepped, especially the last 2 games, he stepped up to the plate. And give him props. I think he could be a future tight end in the Detroit Lions era. On the defense side, Jarrad Davis is the highest person on this leader list of the defense. Jarrad Davis has 99 tackles. I'm starting to like this guy a little bit more. He's got 99 tackles. On the interception wise, I was surprised. I was very surprised on this list here. Usually it's Darius Slay getting these interceptions. But Quandre Diggs has stepped up to the plate this season with 3 interceptions. Should that be a little bit higher? Yes, I agree. But 3 interceptions, I'll take it. Last year, Darius Slay had over, I think, 7 or 8 interceptions. And it's a little shocking to not see Darius Slay on this list of interceptions. But Quandre Diggs ended up getting 3 interceptions this year. I'm looking at Darius Slay right now for interceptions. It looks like Darius Slay had 3 interceptions too. But they got Quandre Diggs up there in first, I guess. So another guy I'm going to give props to is Matt Prater on what he did week 17. I'm going to go through the schedule again this year. I know this video is a little bit longer. That's going to a little bit longer than normal. See if I can pull up the schedule here. Yeah, it's not letting me pull it up. Anyways, a lot of people have been asking me, what kind of grade do you give the Detroit Lions this year? We've been up and down this year, and not where we thought we were going to be at. And on a scale A through F, if I had to scale the Detroit Lions on a grade at 6 and 10, fourth in the NFC North, I'd probably give them I'm on that D side, but I'm gonna raise it up to a C minus just because we swept the Packers, and I'm on the verge of a D plus, but I'll bump it up to C minus. With Matthew Stafford not having a great year, which, in my opinion, a lot of it had to do with the offense coach, Jim Bob Cooter, which he's gone, and playing underneath that coach. And I think that affected Matthew Stafford. So I'll probably give him a C plus out of that. But a lot of people have been asking me about our defense. Our defense actually stepped it up a little bit towards the end of the season. Our defense was horrible in the beginning of the season, and then towards the end of the season, we actually got better. Start stopping the run a little bit more, not as much as I wanted to, but stop the run a little bit, and make a lot of teams throw the ball. So I'm gonna go through the schedule real quick from this year. Started off really bad. You guys remember week 1, we lost 48-17. Was not a great game at all. The second week of the season, we lost 30-27. Then this game right here, week 3, was probably one of the best games we played, in my opinion, all year. I think there's probably maybe scratch off. And then there might be 2 games that I think we played good. This is the first game. We ended up beating the Patriots in Detroit 26-10. That's when everybody was thinking, oh shit, our team is going to be phenomenal this year. Then we start falling in the hole. They lost to the Cowboys 26-24, which we almost pulled that win off. We beat the Packers 31-23. We beat the Dolphins 32-21. We're starting to get a good winning streak, and then we start falling in the hole again. Big time. We lost to Seattle 28-14. We lost to Minnesota 24-9. We lost to Chicago 34-23. We won against the Carolina Panthers at 20-19, and we fall in the hole again. We lost to the Bears 23-16. We lost to the Rams 30-16. We won against the Arizona Cardinals 17-3. Yeah, we won. We won 17-3, and we won again 14-13, and we lost to the Minnesota Vikings 27-9, and we shut out the Packers and sweep the Packers with Week 17 31-0. So, to end this video, there's three things that I have to write down for this season in my review. Pay attention, because I hope you guys agree. Number one, consistency. What I mean by consistency is week after week, you win a game, you lose a game. You win a game, you win a game, you lose a game. You lose a game. Keep that consistency going on and on. That's number one. Lack of consistency every week. Number two, underneath Jim Bob Cooter. That was number 2 of this season. And number 3, I can't talk tonight. Injuries. Number 3. So let me go through this again. Number 1, this is my top 3 list of season review for the Detroit Lions. Lack of consistency. I already lost. Damn, I can't talk tonight. Shit. Oh, okay. Lack of consistency. I can't talk. And underneath Coach Jim Bob Cooter, and injuries. That's my top 3 right there. I give them a C+. That's all I got for you guys. Thank you guys for watching. It's been a rough video. Can't talk tonight. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching. This is Hammer Down 48 coming at you with a season review of the Detroit Lions in the 2018 season. We go 6-10, 4th in the NFC North. Miss the playoffs once again. Fire Jim Bob Cooter. He's out of here. And we'll see what happens in the next coming weeks and months. I'll catch you guys later.